Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson in sustainable tourism. Before we discuss about tourism sustainability, let us have a short review first on the impacts of tourism. Tourism impacts and sustainable tourism has a very important relationship. Sustainable tourism is the concept of visiting a place as a tourist and trying to make only a positive impact on the environment, society, and economy. Here you will see the impacts of tourism to the economy, environment, society, and culture. Tourism is one of the world's major economic sectors. It is the third largest export industry and in 2019 accounted for 7% of global trade according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. Tourism contributes to income and standard of living, improves local economy, increases employment opportunities, increases tax revenues, and creates new business opportunities. On the negative side, it increases price of goods and services, increases price of land and housing, increases cost of living, increases potential for imported labor, and seasonal tourism creates high risk under or unemployment issues. For some countries, tourism can represent over 20% of their GDP, and overall, it is the third largest export sector of the global economy. Tourism supports 1 in 10 jobs and provides livelihoods for many millions more in both developing and developed economies. Today, tourism is one of the sectors most affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, impacting economies, livelihoods, public services, and opportunities on all continents. All parts of its vast value chain have been affected. Tourism is one of the biggest and fastest growing sectors in the global economy and has significant impact on the environment, culture, society, and also on economy both positively and negatively. The unfavorable impact that tourism can have on the environment both undermines the basic resource that tourism can have in coastal areas and heavily affects other than non-tourist economic activities. The positive environmental impacts of tourism are protection of selected natural environments or preservation of further ecological decline, preservation of historic buildings and monuments, and improvement of the area's appearance, both visual and aesthetic. On the negative side, tourism also contributes to pollution in air, water, noise, solid waste, and visual. Loss of natural landscape and agricultural lands to tourism development, loss of open space, and destruction of flora and fauna. On a global scale, tourism generates income as one of the fastest growing industries for many countries. But inasmuch as a mass international as well as local inbound tourism has numerous positive impacts on the environment, it also comes with its downsides. As such, investment in sustainable tourism options can put in place policies or a framework that can help protect the environment as well as boosting the tourism industry at a global level. Sustainability is a traditional worldview, a belief in limitless resources, continuous progress, and the necessity of growth. Faith in the problem-solving abilities of science and technology, strong emotional commitment to the laissez-faire economy, and the sanctity of private property rights. Tourism impact may be defined as an effect brought about directly or indirectly by tourism policies, tourism-related establishments and infrastructure, and tourist behavior. Dictionaries define impact as influence, effect, outcome, result, consequence, aftermath, upshot, or product. When it comes to the impact of tourism to the society and culture, positive impacts are improves quality of life, facilitates meeting visitors for educational experience, positive changes in values and customs, promotes cultural exchange, and increases demand for historical and cultural exhibits. On the negative side, tourism has language and cultural negative effects, unwanted lifestyle changes, displacement of residents for tourism development, negative changes in values and customs, and exclusion of locals from natural resources. The sustainability in tourism has the following independent aspects: people, planet, partnership, peace, and prosperity. For people, sustainable development should end poverty and hunger in all forms and ensure dignity and equality. For the planet, sustainable development must protect our planet's natural resources and climate for future generations. For partnership, sustainable development must implement the agenda through a solid global partnership. For peace, it should foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. And for prosperity, it ensures prosperous and fulfilling lives in harmony with nature. The goal of sustainable tourism must be subordinated to national and regional economic and social development plans. Actions can cover economic goals, social goals, poverty alleviation, and inequality in income distribution. The protection of indigenous sociocultural heritage, participation and involvement of local communities, or ecological goals to protect the functions of ecotourism, the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity must also be included. What is sustainable tourism? By its very nature, tourism values the things that are most important in the world: stunning landscapes, wildlife, history, culture, and people. Tourism can be a catalyst for growth in the local economy, providing good quality jobs, opportunities for enterprise, and fund conservation. But if it's not managed well, tourism can provide negative impacts to the local economies and communities, creating long-term problems for local residents, which can ultimately lead to the decline of tourism in the destination. The aim of sustainable tourism is to increase the benefits and reduce the negative impacts of tourism to the destination. These can be achieved by protecting natural environments, wildlife, natural resources when developing and managing tourism activities, providing authentic tourist experiences that celebrate and conserve heritage and culture. Another is creating socio-economic benefits to local communities through employment and income earning opportunities. According to the World Tourism Organization, sustainable tourism takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of the visitors, industry, and communities. Optimal use of the environment constitutes a key in tourism development, maintaining essential ecological processes, helping to conserve natural heritage and biodiversity. Sustainable tourism respects the cultural authenticity of the host communities, conserve their built and living cultural heritage, traditional values, and contribute to intercultural understanding and tolerance. Sustainable tourism also ensures viable, long-term economic operation providing socio-economic benefits to all stakeholders that are fairly distributed, including stable employment and income earning opportunities, social services to host communities, and contributing to poverty alleviation.